Our next speaker is going to be Sofia Ahanen. Sofia is a product manager for our training management functionality. And she will give you some insights into the new training management functionality, as well as future plans, and also a product demo. And Sofia joined Personio in September 2021. She came all the way from Helsinki, Finland, and relocated here to Munich. As a product manager, she enjoys understanding customer needs, as well as figuring out how to build the best solutions together with her team. During the weekends, you can find Sofia on the mountains, enjoying different mountain activities with her friends. Over to you, Sofia.
Thank you, Daniele, for the great introduction. I will start presenting. Cool. It's great to be here and happy to give you a bit of a deep dive on the training area, and also happy to see you all joining the call. Before actually starting the actual content of the presentation, I really want to thank you all. We have been so fortunate to work with so many of you, really talented HR managers across all the Europe. And you are really the ones who inspire us to build the product. And as Daniel also mentioned, it's one of my favorite parts of my job to work closely with our customers. And by sharing your experiences and needs and aspirations, we have been able to really form the vision and roadmap for our product. And just as a highlight, we have been almost collaborating with 250 customers, and they have been giving us inputs to give us the direction for where to go. So really big thank you for you. And our team's journey started in October with discovering and learning with the customers what the training means and what we should be building. I'm going to briefly introduce you what we learned during this research phase, after which I will introduce our current solution, which lays down the foundation to support in the future even more complicated processes within the training. But also to make this more tangible, I will show you and demo the functionalities that we have at the moment in the product. And as already said, this is just the beginning, and we have so many nice, exciting things coming during this year. And also Rob gave you some of the insights on that, but I'm happy to give you a brief outlook on those a bit deeper. And finally, I will of course share you information how you can start using this tool, and of course leave room for questions. So happy to collaborate also during this session. But yeah, from the really initial research with current and potential customers, but also utilizing the knowledge that we have within the organization with our business partners, with sales and CX, we really understood that there is a need for employee development product. And we started with the understanding that the need is especially around the training management. Then in October, our team took a bit deeper look into this topic, and then we realized how broad it is. There is many things that needs to be organized in order to offer comprehensive development opportunities for your employees. And based on this discovery phase, we were able to create this core user journey from HR manager's point of view. This is, of course, simplified version, so no worries. We know that there are many, many more steps that could be included in this journey, but we just wanted to make it a bit more simple for this occasion. We learned that there are many things that needs to happen before the actual training even can take place. There is a huge effort that needs to be put in order to create comprehensive plan for the training and development of your organization, and making sure that you are really targeting the training to the right people, but also in the right areas of the development. And once you have this plan with a budget, you of course need to organize everything and make sure that you have the right people going into this training. And that's not even the end. So after the training has happened, there is also many things that needs to happen in order to have this cohesion record in the system. You want to track the real attendees who really attended the training and who did not. And there is also a lot of needs around making sure and evaluating the training to make sure that you offer training with high quality and it really makes the effort that you want to have in your organization. To wrap this all, there of course needs to be good overview and reporting, which then supports you further with the planning for the next training cycle. And our team's mission is really to reduce the operational work within this core journey for HR managers, but we want to also empower employees and supervisors to take part in this journey, which then, of course, helps you to also not have so many tasks to do. And as you can already see, the topic is pretty broad. However, we were able to identify a few key areas and few critical things to start looking into and focusing on. So we started with removing some of the pain points around managing and scheduling training with right participants. Just in March, we released our very new training management capabilities, focusing on these pain points that I just mentioned. And yeah, this is super exciting for us. And it was also a great addition for our performance and development capabilities. With the very first version, we wanted to enable HR managers to save and have this record of training attendees in Personio, but also wanted to enable them to do this in scalable manner so they can do it for multiple people at the same time. So we enable them to create courses and sessions, add people to the sessions and track the participants' attendance to make sure that you have this information saved in centralized manner. But of course, we understand that that's really the super minimum beginning. And it was mainly to have this designed to have this information stored in centralized way. However, during this next iteration that Rob already revealed for you, we really want to enable HR to invite participants to the training and really interact with them and make sure that the employees know which training they want to participate. We also enable HR to update invited participants in case there's any changes in the session. If they need to change the time, they can do everything through Personio and everyone will be informed. We also create the visibility for HR to see the response for the invites, which again offloads the additional work of asking people around, hey, can you make it really, or are you not attending? So we really look forward to combining these, scheduling and sharing the invites with the possibility to track the attendees in the session. But really to make it more tangible and actual, I will just demo you briefly our capabilities at the moment. So here you can see we have just landed in the performance and development area. You can also find it from the site navigation and straight from here land to the training area. I will start by just showing you how you can create courses and sessions and invite participants for that specific training. Let's call it leadership. And leadership training, then you can give it a description, what are the outcomes of the training and what to look forward. This testing time, I will just add the test. After creating the course, you can start adding sessions. So let's say that this is May 22 session, and you can give it a time, of course, and when it's happening. This is the afternoon session, and then you can also give the description for the session. This is also the information that will be shared for the invited participants. So you can here describe more details, how they can participate, whether it's remote or in the office, or if there is any prerequisite materials that you want to share through the links. After saving the session details, you can start adding employees. Let's say that it can fit 7 people. So I will add 7 people. Now, the participants are added, but as you can see, they haven't received the invitation yet. Sending the invitation happens by clicking send invitation. This by triggering the button, this automatically understands who did not receive the invitation yet, and you can just send it here. Now you can see that the invitation status has changed to awaiting response, and you can, by hovering, you can also see when the invitation was sent initially. If you want, you can also send the invitation by selecting users one by one and then just trigger send invitation. And here you can see that it recognizes that this is resending the invitation, so you know that this person already received the invitation. And yeah, if you make any changes, it always tells you that if I would change the time, it tells you that everyone who was invited will be notified about these changes. And everyone will then receive email with updated information regarding the training. But I have one more use case for you to show. Let's imagine that we had this training this morning, and I just got details from the trainer that everyone was able to attend. So I can come here and click that everyone attended the session, and then you have this record in the system, and it's all organized and clear. Nice. So this was the current functionalities that we have, but of course you are here to also hear what are we going to build in the future and what you can start looking forward into. Of course, we have a few exciting areas to strengthen and expand the current experience even more, and I'm here to share them. So let's start with the focus that we are having for the next few months. So we will start improving the current version with smaller improvements. This, just to mention a few, we will enable you to export the session data in order to share it outside the tool or use it for some other reporting. We also want to create better filtering possibilities and also create comprehensive cancellation flow in case you need to cancel the training. But something that I'm super excited, and also Rob already shared some of the initial information. But yeah, after we have done these improvements, we are so excited to start expanding the experience to employees by enabling them to have this self-enrollment for the training and also expanding the training area for them to view their own training data. So for HR to stay in control, we want to make them enable them to share the training courses for the organization and define the number of available spots so that then employees can, based on the available trainings, they can come to Personio and decide when they would be able to do the training and actually sign up for the training by themselves. As already mentioned, we would also create view for them to see which training are upcoming for them and what training they did in the history. Of course, since we are able to empower employees to take the responsibility of their own training, this further offloads the manual work of HR managers of deciding who can make and which training. And we have heard that this is a huge puzzle that they need to figure out. So we are really happy to include this in our product. But yeah, this was only until the Q3. So of course, there is still time left in the year. And I'm bringing up again this core user journey because this is really where we are focusing also in the later in 22. The main focus area being after the training part, but also further deepening the experience and the current experience regarding the functionalities. So we have selected a few top focus areas that are mainly after the training, and we are looking forward to discovering this more and learning how to best prioritize it. And I'm here to also ask you to help me with this challenge. And since the customers' feedback is really important for us, so I would like ask you to participate in the first poll, where you would be able to answer which one of these options you would like to see first in the product. So I think this is, yeah. So there are 4 options that you can select from the poll. So whether you want to have better overview and reporting of the training, or evaluation of the quality of the training, certificate management, or then external training request and approval processes. Great. Thank you for participating. Actually, I was expecting that the reporting would be on a leading position, but it's also interesting to see that the certificate management is getting pretty high voting. So thank you everyone for participating. We will definitely utilize this information when we plan the upcoming roadmaps. And to end my part, I will also tell you how you can start using the functionality. So in case you don't yet have the P&D package, because the training functionality is part of the P&D package, in case you don't have it, please let us know and in the poll, and our growth managers will contact you with more information, and then you can get access for this features.
Yeah, thank
and
you.
Then I'm handing over for Joe to also tell you a bit more around these packages from growth.
Yeah, hi everybody. I'm super happy to be here today. My name is Joe. I'm for 9 months now. I think you can continue sharing, please, Sofia. I'm for 9 months now with Personio, and I am one of 60 awesome growth managers. A part of them you can see in the picture here. Yeah, we are spread across all 5 Personio offices, and yeah, so what are we actually doing is that we really take care about how our 6,000 existing customers are doing with Personio. And yeah, this is also super important for us, but we also are your contact persons for commercial questions. But what does this actually mean? When should you contact us? If you please click once, Sofia. Thanks for that. Yeah, contact us if you are interested into getting more insights into your Personio package. If you want to learn more about new add-ons or modules. Best example here, the performance and development module. But also if your packaging needs an upgrade, so then reach out to us. But also if you have questions regarding invoices, we are the right persons here. And yeah, you can contact us via upgrade@personio.de. But we are also responsible for the customer growth webinars. And if you click another time, please, Sofia. So if you want to learn more about the performance and development module of what the training management is part of, so please sign up for the performance and development webinar by just scanning this QR code here. You will then land on a registration page where you can easily register for the next webinars. Yeah, that's it already from my side. Super pleased to give you more insights into our role, but also happy to have you participate in one of our next performance and development webinars. So Sofia, feel free to stop sharing now, because I think it's time for the Q&A session.
Yes, it's time for the questions. Thank you, Joe, for sharing the growth team purpose.
You're welcome.
Hello, Sofia. We're back in the studio, and we actually did get a couple questions from the audience. Let me start from the first one, which comes from Barbara Wertmüller. She asks, will a participation record be visible on employee personnel file?
Yeah, this is a great question. Thank you for asking. And this is also something that we hear many customers asking, so not the only one. At the moment, we are planning on creating this experience for employees being able to view the training data in the training area. And this we plan also to expand for supervisors and HR managers for being able to view specific employees' training data inside this training area. However, we also understand the need of having this overview in the employee profile. We are planning on having this in the future, but for the first moment, we will build it in the training area, and then in the future expand and share this information also in the employee profile.
Great. The second question is, since you've been talking to a lot of customers, what kind of training programs do you think are the most important to be running for a company? What have you heard other customers running?
Yeah, this is also really great and interesting one. I think it really depends on the field and industry that the company is operating, especially if it's really regulated industry, then they have already from that industry coming on some regulations and the trainings that they need to offer in order to keep up the safety and also the capabilities of their employees. So this is one of the parts, but also something that people really focus on is specifically around developing people's soft skills around communication and how to be a good team member and so forth. But also what I've heard that maybe the more complicated training needs come from is also around how to train your leaders and how to make sure that they are there to support their direct reports and know how to be good people leaders.
And we also have another comment from Barbara Wertmüller. She said, in addition, she would be particularly interested in an improvement of the goal setting piece. She says that in her view, this is not very useful for the time being. Do you know if this will be changed in the future?
Yeah, I can briefly share some insight on that area as well. So we are also working on this goals, and there will be some exciting improvements coming in the future. Unfortunately, I'm not able to share any more detailed plans or timelines, but yes, there will be improvements coming in.
Thank you very much for your presentation and for answering all the questions, Sofia.
Thank you, Daniele.